broadcasting stations. Welcome to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour is brought to you by Memphis's only Topgolf Swing Suite at Erling Jensen Small Bites. Now, here's your host, Johnny Radio himself, John Harden.
Yo, 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 welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy, Johnny Radio. J. Morgan Harder is in the house. You can follow him on Twitter at J. Morgan Harder. You can follow me on the Twitter at Johnny_Radio. Don't forget you can watch us live and message us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and at sports56whbq.com. Big day today. Grizzlies back at it tonight on the road versus the T-Wolves. What is it about the T's today? Because the Tigers are at the friendly confines facing Temple.
I already bet on the Grizz today.
Grizzlies minus 2.5?
I took it at 3, but yeah, 2.5 is what I've seen it a lot at.
That's what it opened at last night. I already got it as well. That kind of makes me nervous that both of us, without even talking to each other, just bet on the Grizzlies.
Well, you make a lot of money betting on the Grizz this year, so I'm going to ride it till it quits working, which is really my motto in all of life.
What's that song? I'm going to ride that horse or something? And what is
Save
it?
a horse, ride a cowboy.
No.
That's a different song, I think.
I think this is
I'm going to take my horse to the Old Town Road.
Yes, that's it.
I'm going to ride till I can't no more.
Yeah, ride that horse till you can't no more. By the way, you saw like Jay Williams talk about he thinks that the Grizzlies could possibly be in the NBA Finals. I was reading a few articles when it came to Vegas and the gambling aspect of it. And I was reading one that says right now the best bet by far is to take the Grizzlies. They're picked actually still fifth to represent the Western Conference in the final. So your odds are really good if they actually make it. And let's just be real. They got a MVP caliber player in my man Ja Morant. They have, I'd say the most improved player on planet Earth in Desmond Bane. They got a dark horse defensive player of the year in Jaren Jackson Jr. I mean, I said dark horse. I didn't say he was the front runner, did I? I'm just saying he's much improved.
So dark that you can't even see him.
You have a top 5 coaching job in Taylor Jenkins. You have a deep bench. You have a team that plays really well together, and you have you have the second youngest team in the NBA. Sometimes not knowing any better can help you get there, if you know what I'm saying. They don't even know they're not supposed to be here. Plus, they want all the smoke, and they can handle it. Unlike the Tigers, I don't know. I kind of like that bet with the Grizz.
I don't know if inexperience in professional sports playoffs does help you get further.
No, I'm just saying, when you don't know no better. Come on, dude.
I don't know if that applies to professional sports, though. Maybe it does. But other than that, I'm on board with everything you said.
Dude, remember Andrew Jones?
I do remember Andrew Jones.
He just was so young in that first World Series, he didn't even know no better.
That's right.
He was just going up there raking.
Yeah.
Sometimes
they also had Chipper Jones, though.
Yeah, but if you bring up a young buck sometimes, young bucks just don't know any better. They go out there and they mash.
And a pitching staff, I mean.
Yeah.
Honestly, we should just do the whole show on the 90s Braves.
I
would be excited. That would be a great show.
I bet it would be a good show.
That'd be a fun show.
It'd be a fun show. Who was your favorite? Smoltzy?
Oh, I love
Maddox,
Smoltzy.
Avery, Glavine.
I love Glavine. Smoltzy I really like. I love Tom Glavine, though. But Smoltzy I like because he's also basically a semi-pro golfer now. So you really get 2 sports for the price of 1 when you take John Smoltz.
Yes.
You know?
And did you like the Crime Dog?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Who doesn't?
Crime Dog.
Do you like the Crime Dog?
Of course I like the Crime Dog. Are you kidding me? The Crime Dog's a baller shot caller. I like him a lot. He was pretty good.
McGruff.
Crime Dog McGruff. Speaking of the Braves, I'm probably right about the Freddie Freeman situation. We talked about it. You said, will the Braves retain Freddie Freeman? And I said,
probably not.
No, and no. They were so far apart in their negotiations before this whole lockout situation happened that I don't see it happening at all.
That's what Buster Olney reported, too, is that it's unlikely to happen.
Ooh, now that Buster came out, he must have been listening to my show earlier this week.
Well, I think that's what prompted the question is Buster Olney reported that it's unlikely to happen.
Oh, thanks a lot for stealing Buster Olney's thunder, buddy, and trying to give it to me.
Well, I stole it. You're right, John. I'm sorry. That's my bad. My bad.
Speaking of stealing thunder, yesterday I mentioned Ben Simmons probably will be back on March 10th to play in Philadelphia against his old team. Did you hear what Danny Green came out and said?
What?
He said, please. He said, child, please. He said, no, that ain't happening. Says he doesn't believe Ben Simmons will be playing till March 10th because basically he's scared. In fact, I'm going to ask you this question at the AutoZone text and listener line at 901-360-8255. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Can we be honest? Why isn't Ben Simmons going to be in the lineup tonight as the Nets host the Celtics? He said he's been working his tail off the entire offseason. He said he's in the best shape of his life. He's been working on his shot. This trade has already happened. They've had time to do things. Why isn't he coming back? Basically,
Could be precautionary.
Nope. It's because the man's scared. He's going to come back after March 10th. He says, so he came out, Ben Simmons comes out and says, hey, the reason I'm not coming back right now because I don't want to come back and be on a minutes restriction. I don't want to come back and not be in the starting lineup. I want to come back 100. Well, dude, you're not out for an injury. You haven't been missing all this basketball because you've been injured. The only reason you've been missing is because you've been a little beep.
Right, but he has not been playing though.
Well, damn, dude. Did you know before the first game nobody's been playing?
Yes, they
it's
have.
called the offseason.
No, they have. They play preseason.
Before the first preseason game,
But
there's no games.
But it's a game that doesn't count.
So you're telling me he, in practice against a bunch of pros, he can't get in game shape and ready to go?
Well, he just started that though too. So I think
He just started. So what has he been doing all year long? Because he's
Not-
the one who came out and said that he was
Right.
the best shape of his life.
Right.
He came out and said he's been working.
Right.
He came out 2 weeks ago and said that he is ready to go.
But he hasn't been practicing in organized practices with an NBA team.
Do you know that he's an NBA player? Do you know that he gets paid to play basketball?
I understand, but I'm just off. It does take some time to get going. I mean, they do play how many preseason games? Like 10, 14? I don't know if that's that many, but they do play a good amount of preseason games. It takes him a minute, John. Let him get going. He's going to get going here.
Just let's be real. It doesn't take this much time to get ready to go. This is a whole mental issue with Ben Simmons, and it is not about mental health. This is about mentally being weak, mentally being soft, and he doesn't want to face the Philly fans. He will not be back till after the 10th. I was wrong when I said he'd be back on that game. I looked at it again. Are you going to be back when the Nets head to Philadelphia on March 10th? He says, I hope so. That's a whole heck of a vote of confidence from Ben Simmons right there. Like Kyrie's coming out there telling, yo, by the way, did you know how much Kyrie practiced and stuff and how many games he played when he came back, by the way, because he wasn't vaxxed? He wasn't injured. Ben Simmons is not injured. Kyrie Irving was not injured. Did Kyrie not come back and just start balling, shot calling when he was allowed to?
Yeah, but he was also involved in organized.
What do you think Ben Simmons is doing right now? Do you think that they're not organized?
No, but he just got back with his team doing organized practice, organized events and stuff like that. Not events, that's not the right word, but, team activities. Whereas Kyrie was, I think, able to do team activities, just not in a public setting, play in the home court.
You should start an agency called Lil Itch. And you should rep Ben Simmons.
I have a little itch.
You should believe that. That's called Go See a Doctor.
Yeah, VD.
But listen, I'm telling you right now, there's no way you have that anyway. So don't even worry about it. Yeah, don't go to a doctor.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not.
I'll be fine.
It's not two letters put together. It's not vitamin D.
Right.
It stands for something else.
Yeah.
So I know that
TVD.
you're okay.
Tyler Van Dyke.
You love Tyler Van Dyke.
I love that guy, man.
But anyway, hit me up and let me know what do you think about the Ben Simmons situation. The more I look at this, the more I'm actually worried. Kyrie, KD, they're expected to go out there and compete. And Ben Simmons added to that roster, I don't know. It looks good on paper. We'll see what happens. Also, I can't wait to see what Cavaliers do in the second half. The East is a beast. The East is a beast.
No, not the Cavaliers. I was about to say they have the toughest roster going forward, but it's not. It's the Bulls that have the toughest roster the rest of the way.
Toughest schedule?
Yeah, I said roster. Schedule is the word I was looking for. That's schedule. Let me try again, John. John, the Bulls have the toughest schedule going forward. I know you weren't talking about the Bulls, but I just thought it was a fun fact.
Well, I am talking about the East, sir, so that's okay. Chicago won 5 games heading into the All-Star break. They've been on fire. They have the same exact record as the Miami Heat, both 38-21. They're the class of the East right now, but the 76ers have the MVP, in my personal opinion, Joel Embiid. You have James Harden, my kinfolk. I think this thing's going to get buck. They're only 2.5 games back. I say Philadelphia comes up and cruises all the way up to number uno.
Really?
I think they get the number one overall seed. I think that's a good bet right now. I think the Bucks are going to make a little move. They have, by the way, you have Philadelphia, Cleveland, and Milwaukee all tied at 35 and 23. All three are 2.5 games back. It's going to be a heck of a race going down the stretch. Boston's only 4.5 games back, sitting in the 6th. The Raptors 5 games back. I don't believe in them. But watch the Brooklyn Nets, who are 7 games back, 31 and 28. It's going to be interesting to see if they can actually make a run. Because if they stay down there at the bottom and they have to play the play-in game and all that stuff, I think that's going to hurt them, not help them. And I don't think they want a piece of Philadelphia or Miami or Chicago in the first round of the playoffs. But, well.
So you say you think Brooklyn is down there?
I said Brooklyn's going to scoot on up.
Oh,
I think
Brooklyn's scooting up.
They're going to scoot up possibly that 5 spot. I think they're going to come back, overtake the Raptors and the Celtics going down the stretch. But watch out for the Celtics because you know what?
Raptors have been hot too.
Man, don't give me that Raptor stuff. They went 8-2 down the stretch. I think at the end of this before the All-Star break.
And before that as well, they were on a good stretch. So I think it's been about a 20-game stretch now. Really, the last month of the season, they played really good basketball. Ever since Fred VanVleet came back.
I was going to say, did you ever think he was going to be this good in college?
Absolutely not. Absolutely
you didn't either.
not.
Me neither. Like that dude's a stroker.
Big fan.
By the way, speaking of
Go
strokers,
Shockers, who the Tigers play Sunday.
Dude, Sunday, the Shockers. But I wasn't saying the shocker. I was saying stroker. There's a difference between.
Well, he's both a shocker and a stroker.
If you're watching me, I'm giving
strokes
you.
and shocks.
Do you know what hand symbol this is? This is called
Houston.
the double. This is called the double shocker.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you can please 2 women at once.
No. That doesn't work that way.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, you're going to get me in trouble one day.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The Suns, the Warriors, right now they are at the top. Did you see Golden State? Like, a lot of people actually think that the Golden State Warriors are going to catch the Phoenix Suns. I understand that Chris Paul's banged up right now.
And Clay. Oh, that's a big one. 2 months maybe out.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
That's crazy. But
do you feel bad for this Suns team because
No, I think
they've been playing? They won 7 games going in the stretch. We're
I think
9-1 in the
sustain
last
it.
10.
I think they can sustain it.
48 wins, 10 losses this season.
They don't have Chris Paul is maybe the best point guard in my lifetime, but they do have good backup guard play, and I think the rest of their roster and just the way they play is, I think if any team is made up to withstand, well, they're also like in first in the West, so that's pretty helps you withstand it. But if any team is like poised to withstand that kind of injury, it would be the Suns, I think.
It would be the Suns, he believes. Now, we also got to talk some NFL action. Whoa! Aaron Rodgers, Brian Gutekunst. You see this? It's back on shaky ground.
I saw that there was a report from Diana Rossini this morning that it is Aaron Rodgers will make a decision in the coming days. It's I can't remember what the language was. It was basically a report saying something might be reported.
Let's just be real. You know how it's kind of like I did yesterday saying, hey, on Monday, I'm going to give you a report at 11 a.m. on Monday. By the way, it has to do with Jake Crane and the J-Boy Show.
Wow.
Little teaser already on a Thursday. It's a Thirsty Thursday, isn't it?
Right.
It's hard to keep up with the days.
Yeah.
It's because I've been incapacitated.
Oh, it's just because I'm an idiot.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, dig that. Do you know what the date is?
The 24th.
That's right. Good job. Very proud of you.
Well, I've cheated. I just had to write the date in for Dave's show, so I cheat before you come along.
He does cheat. Speaking of cheating, at least you don't lie.
I'm not a liar.
Aaron
like
Rodgers,
George Washington.
Yes, he never told a lie. But Brian Gutekunst basically said Aaron Rodgers was a liar. Did you see that?
Well,
in so many words.
And who is Gutekunst again?
He's the general manager for the
Packers.
Green Bay Packers.
No, I knew that. I just wanted the listeners to know. Gutekunst. Got it.
Gutekunst and Aaron Rodgers, they were on rocky ground. Then all of a sudden, Aaron Rodgers comes out of his cleanse and he's loving everybody, his teammates and the organization. And all of a sudden, Aaron Rodgers came out on the Pat McAfee show and said, basically, they have a verbal agreement that if he doesn't want to stay in Green Bay, that Brian Gutekunst would go ahead and trade him. Brian Gutekunst came out and said, no, that's not true. Aaron Rodgers is lying. And let's just be honest.
Maybe he's just saving his own butt.
Well, dude, no.
Because that's
Aaron
hard to make
Rodgers,
a trade if you know someone wants to be traded.
Well, Aaron Rodgers, no, it's not about saving anything. If you want to save this team, you just kind of say, you don't say anything. Actually, if Brian Gutekunst was a smart man and it came out and Aaron Rodgers said, I'm working on, finding out if I'm going to stay, and then
I just had 3 days of diarrhea.
He's like, yeah, I've been puking and diarrhea and enema in it, doing all my thing. And he's like, I come out and I'm ready. I'm feeling good. I have gratitude. And he says these things on Pat McAfee that, if it doesn't work out for the Packers, that, him and Gutekunst are good and he'll just part ways and he'll trade him. Well, he's under contract. Aaron Rodgers is under contract. Like, he just can't willy-nilly come out there and say, if they said that last year, Aaron Rodgers should have had him put it in writing.
Right.
But here's how Brian Gutekunst should have handled the question. Because
Handshake
he was asked the question, did you really promise Aaron Rodgers that if he came back last season, he didn't want to come back again, that you would trade him? And you know what you say? Thank you for the question. I understand why you're asking it, but all my focus right now is on the play of Aaron Rodgers, trying to get him back with this team. He's a 2-time MVP. He's the best in the business at it. And we have a Super Bowl roster. We're ready to go for it. We're all in on Aaron Rodgers. We're all in on the Green Bay Packers. And right now, that's my only focus.
But he didn't say that.
And you avoid the question. You don't come out and say, I'm sorry, that's not true.
Right.
Because that's basically, in layman's terms, saying he's a liar.
Yeah.
And you know what? Aaron Rodgers,
not to paraphrase,
Aaron
but
Rodgers is petty. You think he didn't come out of one of his enemas and come out there and see that comment and it just squirted out of him? Oh, I hate the Packers. Dude, he's mad.
No, John, you're thinking of pre-cleanse Aaron Rodgers. This is post-cleanse. Once you have an enema, your life changes for at least a month or two. At least a month or two. Not to say he won't be really petty again in September, but for now, he's had
so fresh
he's had
and so
probes in his
clean.
butt. That's where you start to get
like Cartman.
Yeah.
Anal probes.
Yeah. We talked a lot about butts yesterday, didn't we?
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Have you ever thought about where the term butt hurt comes from? People say he's butt hurt. Where does that come from, I wonder? I'll look it up.
Good luck. And I don't know if we can talk about it on the radio, but good luck. Now, we do need to take a little break because we're going to get in the leadoff, but I have to remind you, how do we get to the leadoff? Well, I have wonderful sponsors, and I'll tell you one thing. One of my favorite places to go now is Erling Jensen's Small Bite over at 5069 Sanderland. They're adjacent to the DoubleTree Hotel. It's not just the fact that it's Erling Jensen's, one of the best chefs on planet Earth, who has created this amazing menu, this amazing food. They have beautiful beverage service. Their drinks are delicious. They're out of control. But they also have Memphis's only Top Golf. And it's not Top Golf like you've experienced. It's Top Golf in a swing suite. And, of course, it's at Erling Jensen's Small Bites, which is right there at the DoubleTree. So you can go in there and get amazing food and amazing drinks. But you can also play golf. You can play soccer, baseball, zombie dodgeball, football, hockey. They have all kinds of games. And you get to do it in a suite where you can bring a whole bunch of friends. So do me a favor, grab your friends, your clients, your employees, and go enjoy everything you love about Topgolf in a luxury suite while enjoying some of the best food by Erling Jensen's Small Bites. And I'll tell you one thing. Today's a perfect day not to go to the range. It's a perfect day to escape. Go over there and get some food and go play TPC Sawgrass. You can tell I don't know many other courses, can you, Jay?
No, I can't tell.
Oak Lawn, is that one?
Sure.
Is that the one that burnt down?
No, I think that was Oak Hill, right?
Oak Hill. Oh, no, I'm not trying to burn things down. Is Oak Lawn one?
I don't know. I'll look it up.
Bethpage.
Oh, that's a good New York.
Dude.
Public golf course. How about that?
Games. So you can go play Bethpage. You can go play TPC Sawgrass. You can just go out to the practice range and work on your swing. Say you forgot your clubs. Guess what? They have clubs there. But if you want to bring your clubs up there, bring them on up there. Go enjoy Top Golf Swing Suite at Erling Jensen's Small Bites. It'll be one of the best decisions you've made. Call and book your suite today for the weekend especially. 901-58-SWING. That's 901-58-SWING. Book that suite today or just go on over there today and check out the simulation bay. You'll absolutely love it. Let's go because I'm in the box.
John!
Hello, Captain.
I have the origins of the term butthurt.
Okay.
The term butthurt originates from spanking, the act of striking the buttocks of another person, which is often seen as a method of punishing a child. Though some cultures view this as an acceptable form of discipline, it can be interpreted as abusive corporal punishment.
And let me tell you a little secret about that. Now, not that I've ever spanked my children because I have daughters and I am soft.
Yeah, big softy over here.
But do you think I would be here today if my dad didn't wear out my rear end?
No, I don't, John.
I don't think so either. I was a bad child.
Really?
I was a horrible middle-aged adult.
You were
No, young adult.
You were
Middle-aged, I'm middle-aged now.
You were mischievous.
Yes. And
the
one
least.
thing that's so interesting, though, by the way, one thing I learned as a young person, my dad used to say, go into your room I'm going to get my belt.
Right.
And for some reason, I was so dumb, I'd just start crying, and I'd stand there in my room. And I'd be like, he's going to come, and then he'd wear my tail out. I'd have whelps on my keister,
Right.
or he'd make me go pick my switch.
Oh, that's the worst.
I hated that one.
'Cause you have to
Hated
pick
that.
it, yeah.
you got to pick it. And don't get the little smaller ones. They hurt even a little bit worse, man. I'm
Because you
telling
can whip them.
Yeah, they get whoosh. But the point is, and then finally I grew up and realized that I'm faster than my dad. And I would run into the bathroom, lock the door, open up the window, jump out the second story, run off the back of the thing, and I would run, jump out the backyard, climb over the fence. If I didn't come back for like 4 hours, by then I knew he'd be calm. And he'd be just glad to see me.
Did it ever not work out that way where you came back and he still remembered what was going on?
I learned that I didn't come back until I was at least 20 yards away from him, so if I needed to run again, I could.
Right. You could assess the situation.
I assessed the
Right.
situation.
No, that's good
How
planning.
did I get on this whole sidebar? Did you talk about beating? Oh,
Butt hurt. Right, yeah, remember?
Sports.
My bad, John. John, there's some news today. Breaking news in the NFL, specifically with Monday Night Football. Troy Aikman has been hired as the new analyst for Monday Night Football. John, does this make you more inclined to watch the regular broadcast on ESPN, or are you still a Manning and Manning guy? That's not the name of the show. I think it's Peyton and Eli.
It's the I think it's called the Manning
The Manning Cast.
It's the Manning Cast.
With Peyton and Eli.
Sure.
Anyway.
I watched it enough. I should know.
John,
No,
do you care about Troy Aikman going to Monday Night Football?
do I care personally?
Now, Joe Buck needs a new partner.
That's all right. Joe Buck will be fine. He's only called every deadgum important game.
In every sport.
Baseball and NFL and every deadgum sport for
And
a
his
long
dad.
time. Yes.
Great Cardinal.
Yes.
Broadcaster.
I wonder how he got his job. No, I'm just kidding. He's very talented. He's really good. He deserves it. Well, I think Troy Aikman's leaving for one reason.
Money.
Nope.
Leisure.
He's like, I'm a 3-time Super Bowl champion, yet people telling me that Tony Romo's better than me. Better than me. And plus, I don't think Troy Aikman liked the fact that last year he didn't get to do the Dallas playoff game. They sent him to Tampa, remember?
Really?
Yes, and
So
he
you
was
think it's-
ticked off.
Oh, so you think that's what it boils down to? Was he was upset about that?
I think he was actually, do you not remember during the broadcast?
Not at all.
Him and Joe Buck were talking to each other, and who were the Bucks beating the brakes off? It wasn't a
I'll
very
look it
good
up.
game. It was the first dead gum playoff game, first week. I can't even remember who they played. But my man went ham that he was not playing. It was the wild
The
card
Eagles,
weekend.
31-15 over the
Yes.
Eagles.
So
And the
Joe-
Niners were playing in Dallas.
Yes. So you have Joe Buck, you have Troy Aikman. They're sitting there during that game, and Troy Aikman basically said, "Yeah, I don't know who made the decision to send us here. Can't believe we're not in Dallas for the Cowboys and the 49ers."
So you think he was sending a message
I
with
think
that?
he basically sent a message that, hey, if I ain't your number one, I won't be your number two. I ain't your
Side.
side piece, yo.
John, I got another question for you, another sports question. The rare day I got two good ones. John, we talked a little bit about the Grizz tonight. We said we're both betting the Grizz. Well, the Tigers play Temple tonight.
12-point
12 and a half point favorite, John. So will you be touching this game with a 12-foot pole, or are you going to leave those 12 points alone?
I would like to be honest, so I am saying to myself, I will not touch it. I will not touch it. I will not touch it. But you know what happens when I get alone? I'm going to touch it.
So which way would you touch it?
I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm not going to lie. 12 points is a lot.
It's a lot of points. And Temple's 8 wins, but they have 3 starters out.
Yes, I was going to say they have 3 starters out. I honestly feel like if it's that big of a line, you've got to feel like you're leaning towards the Tigers.
Ken Pomeroy has it as a 10-point win for the Memphis Tigers.
And what's your boy Greg got?
I'm on it.
You're on it. Well, we're going to find out on the other side what Greg has. But you know what else we're going to find out on the other side? What Isaac Simpson thinks. We're going to talk Tigers and Grizzlies, oh my, with the one and only Isaac Simpson on Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
You have opinions?
The knowledge that I have matters.
We want to hear them. Call or text us on the AutoZone listener line at 360-8255. That's the AutoZone listener line at 901-360-8255.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Yes, it's still winter. Yes, it's still cold outside. But Family Leisure wants you to start thinking towards spring and maybe even summer. So Family Leisure's pool and patio sale is happening right now. Come to Family Leisure to get started on your outdoor living space. Yes, I know it's cold and dreary outside, but this is the perfect time to think ahead. pools are in stock and ready to go. Brand new 2022 patio furniture is hitting the floor each and every day. In-stock hot tubs are ready for delivery. You can get fantastic deals on play gyms, trampolines, grills, and outdoor kitchens. I know you are already looking forward to spring and summer, and so does Family Leisure. But if you sit on the couch too long, the best deals will be gone. So don't wait until it's too late. Stop thinking about spring and summer. Start planning for it. The pool and patio sale is in season right now. Family Leisure, 2120 Whitten Road. That's Whitten at I-40, where family and fun all come together.
The spring sales event is rocking and rolling at Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. Want 43 MPG Highway in these crazy times? We Gossett in 2022 Mitsubishi Mirage $239 a month or $16,715. 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport 27 MPG combined in an SUV $349 a month or $26,010. Plus redesigned 2022 Outlander. We Gossett at $398 a month. Not a lease, you own them. And get our stellar 10-year 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. That's Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or shop online anytime at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 72 months Mirage, NH001-803, MSRP 17465 Sport, NU003361, MSRP 27010, Outlander NZ053093, MSRP 29615. Includes all rebates and incentives, PF 695, excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 2/28/22, dealer stock only.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Bartlett Small Engine has been serving quality power equipment since 1970. They have a full line of power equipment, parts, and services for most makes and models. Bartlett Small Engines has the best brands in the power tool industry: Honda mowers, trimmers, and generators, Steel blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws, Echo trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws, plus quality products from Red Mat and Shindawa. And they're all American made. Bartlett Small Engine is your can-do store. 6780 Summer Avenue. Call 901-386-9779.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour is brought to you by Memphis's only Top Golf Swing Suite at Erling Jensen Small Bites. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder's in the house.
Greg has the Tigers favored by 12.5, just like Las Vegas.
Look at the work that my boy's doing today. Did you get me some bets today?
Oh, I've got them.
By the way, did you know, did you watch any college basketball last night?
I did not. You know what I watched?
Let me guess. Jeopardy.
Well, I did. That was yesterday afternoon, though.
Pat Sajak.
I love that.
Is he in? No, he's the one with Vanna, right?
Yeah, that's Pat Sajak. I actually have my top. That's so strange you said that later. I have my top 5. Well, maybe not later, but I do have my top 5 game show hosts prepared for today.
Oh, dude!
It's such a coincidence.
And we have to do top 5 movies and Keanu Reeves movies.
Keanu Reeves movies and football movies. I also have. Yeah, no, I've got tons. John, whenever you feel like getting to them, I got them.
Man, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. You just have no idea. But I appreciate Isaac Simpson a lot more. He joins me every single Thursday, a Thirsty Thursday at 11:30. You can follow him on the Twitter at Isaac_Rivals. Don't forget his at Ethos Grizzlies podcast as the Grizz are back in action tonight. playing the Timberwolves. You also got the Tigers at the friendly confines of FedEx Forum playing Temples. There's a lot of tees in the Mid-South today. Interesting. Lots and lots of tees. Memphis beat Temple. Memphis Grizzlies go and beat the Timberwolves, and we'll make some money. But I got to ask, Isaac Simpson, first and foremost, how is life going, my friend?
Man, I'm doing pretty good, man. Can't complain, man. It's rainy and dreary outside, man, but ready to go, man. 2 big games for Hoop City tonight, man. Hopefully we can come out here with 2 big wins.
It is a big one, and it's a huge. It's huge. It's absolutely huge. What's going on right now with the Grizzlies? They're playing out of their mind. A lot of people think they have a chance to go pretty deadgum far, but also a lot of people that are Grizzlies fans. I saw one of your tweets the other day. Made tons and tons and tons of sense. Grizzlies fans right now, not only should they be Grizzlies fans, but what other team should they be rooting for extremely hard going down the stretch?
Man, it's tough to say this. I never thought that I would say this, but I think Grizzlies fans should be Lakers fans right now. And the reason for that is the Jonas Valanciunas trade with the Pelicans. Grizzlies acquired a draft pick. It's actually the Lakers pick, but it has protections on it. If the pick lands in the top 10, the Pelicans actually get the pick. In order for the Grizzlies to get the pick, it has to be 11 or up. And right now, man, it's teetering right on that line. The Lakers, the pick is actually 11th right now. So if it goes to 10, it goes back to the Pelicans. So you need the Lakers to win some games. And looking at their schedule, with AD being out possibly for the bulk of the regular season remaining, man, it's definitely not a given. Like I wouldn't even put it at 50-50. I think right now, just without LeBron just going crazy down the stretch, it's going to be tough for the Lakers not to land inside that top 10.
You know what? But speaking of LeBron going crazy, and I'm going to kind of pivot over here to the Lakers situation. It sounds like him and Rob Pelinka, and of course he is running the Lakers organization. Sounds like LeBron James and Rob Pelinka are in the early stages of what did they say? What did they describe it as? An early stages of war. Yeah, that's not good.
No, I think somehow, some way here in the next 2 years, I think LeBron's going to end back up in Cleveland. His wife was tweeting yesterday about no place like home. Put a picture up of Akron, and you just kind of hear all this stuff. And we've seen this before. It's like a like a broken record with LeBron. I mean, kind of the same process happens every time. You start hearing these rumblings, and then he ends up going to another team. And I think he's going to end up back in Cleveland for a third time. I really do think that's what's going to happen. And you've heard the stuff about Bronny James coming out. He said that he's going to do whatever he can and play for the team that he ends up on. And I think he's going to try to manipulate this to where it ends up in Cleveland. That's kind of my prediction on how this thing plays out. But yeah, man, it's not a good situation for the Lakers. I mean, I think he's come in and he's kind of forced some bad decisions on them, and now I think he's going to lead them high and dry. And they're just kind of stuck in a bad situation right now. And again, man, it's just weird kind of seeing the Lakers in this spot. But I do think eventually he's going to end up getting out of there, and I think he's going to end up in Cleveland. I don't think he's going to re-sign an extension.
Does LeBron James get another chip?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't see unless he goes and joins a super team, so to speak, which I don't think that's going to be the case. I mean, but the Cavaliers are an up-and-coming team, man, with that young talent. I mean, if he can stay at kind of the level that he is now and go to Cleveland, I wouldn't put it past him. But if I had to bet right now, I would say no. I don't think he gets another one.
Did you hear about what Jalen Rose said yesterday that LeBron James should do? He should go to Cleveland, not make him give up anything, take the veteran minimum, keep all that young talent they got in there. If he really wants to get a chip, that's where he should go, and that's what he should do. And if you haven't been paying attention, I don't know how it's happening, but that Cavs basketball team over in that deep dead-gum East right now is just tied with the second. I mean, the Heat and the Bulls are tied for first, 38-21.
3 teams tied.
And then you got
2.5 games back.
you got 3 teams, the 76ers, the Cavs, and the Bucks are all at 35 and 23. It's amazing how well this young team has gone, and they do it from the inside. I like the way that they play the game, and I think LeBron would fit there. But to get off the whole LeBron-Lakers situation, just know that Grizzlies fans, be rooting for that Lakers team to make the playoffs because it's a pretty big offseason for the Grizzlies. What if they lost that pick? How much would it change what the Grizzlies' plans in the offseason are?
I think it's big because you look at the 2 picks they have, and who would have thought that Lakers pick would have ended up being the worst of the 3? I mean, the Grizzlies and the Jazz pick that they have, they're going to be like somewhere 23 to 30. So having that pick right there in the 11 to 15 range or whatever, that's kind of where you could speculate it being. That's a big difference because, I mean, if there's so many options of what they could do. They could package all three of those picks to try to get up higher in the lottery. They could use one and maybe trade two in a deal for a veteran. And the most valuable pick, obviously, is that one up in the top 15, and that kind of changes what they can do. And you kind of listen to some of the rumors and hints that they have kind of this plan of how they want to attack this offseason. I think not having that pick, I think, really kind of changes their flexibility. So I think that's a pretty big deal, whether they get that pick or not. If they don't, if it falls inside the top 10, it turns into 2 seconds. They get a second-round pick this year, and I think one in 25 or 26. So if you don't get that pick, man, that's a booby prize, man, if it ends up in that top 10. So you want the Lakers to find a way to stay out of that top 10 and get that pick, because I think that's kind of big for this offseason, because I think they got some big plans, and I think that pick would be part of it.
All right. I love it, what he's saying. We're talking with Isaac Simpson. Follow him at Isaac_Rivers on the Twitter. Make sure you tune in every Thursday right here at 11:30. Isaac, all right, Grizzlies back in action on the road against the Minnesota Timberwolves, facing the three-point champion in Karl-Anthony Towns, which is absolutely wild to think.
Yeah.
Just before I get into that game, what do you think about the Big Cat's career so far?
It's an interesting case because I've kind of been one that said that I feel like he's a guy. I know he's gone through a lot with his mom passing from COVID. Had several family members also pass away from it. In his career, it just seems like he's one of those guys that he's super talented. I feel like could be a top 5 player in the league if he just, the consistency isn't there. Like some nights it feels like he goes hard, and other nights he just starts to float around the 3-point line and shoot threes. If he could, and he could knock him down. We saw him win a 3-point contest, which is insane. But I just felt like he should go inside more. I feel like he should be more of a leader. And sometimes it just seems like he doesn't. He's not a guy that goes hard every night. That's kind of what I've seen about him. Because I mean he's supremely talented. I think he'd be a top 5, top 8 player in the league if he really just bear down and put in that type of effort night in and night out. And I just, over his career, it just doesn't seem like he's done that all the time.
Do you think it's because of the people around him, or is it just the fact that the Timberwolves, no matter who they have, it just seems like they can't ever get it done?
Yeah, that's interesting. That franchise is, because they have a lot of talent right now. I mean, you look at that team, they got Karl-Anthony Towns. They've been playing well. I think
D'Angelo Russell's been playing good at the guards.
You got Anthony Edwards on that team. You got Jared Vanderbilt, who's a really good defender. I mean, they got a lot of talent on that team, and I think they should probably be even higher than they are. Now, I think they're going to end up going in the play-in and could possibly cause some damage there and possibly get in as that 8 seed. I could see that happening. But if for some reason things just haven't seemed to work out the way they should, because, I mean, with that talent, when you're the guys that we just mentioned, they should probably be above a play-in team. That should probably be a top 6 seed with looking just on paper. And for some reason, they're just not. And I just think that's because they don't really have that leadership on their team. I don't think Karl-Anthony Towns is not that guy. D'Angelo Russell's not that guy. And you got a rookie in Anthony Edwards, so he's not that guy either. They just don't have that leadership, and I think that's kind of the big problem for them if there is one.
Yeah, and Grizzlies, though, are on the road. They're playing the Timberwolves tonight. They've been playing out of their mind. You got an MVP candidate in Ja Morant. You have a most improved player in Desmond Bane. You have a very dark horse candidate in Jaren Jackson Jr. getting Defensive Player of the Year. Your bench is deep. Your role players are playing great. And Taylor Jenkins is giving you a top 5 coaching performance this year. So they have the whole entire recipe. The interesting thing is Dillon Brooks is still out injured. When you bring Dillon back, how does he fit into this team? He's probably one of the best perimeter defenders. The man can always get his own shot. Does he go back into the starting lineup, or do you bring him in off the bench? Because, again, if Ja and the starters aren't out there, it ain't like Dillon Brooks has seen a shot he doesn't like.
Yeah, that's going to be the interesting thing. Like I've said over the last couple of days that the two things that kind of worry me is even though they lost that game to Portland before the break, the Grizzlies have been playing, like you said, extremely well. And sometimes when you kind of hate for like a break like this to come to kind of interrupt their rhythm. And these 2 games, the Grizzlies have an easy, I think the third easiest schedule in the NBA down the stretch. But these first 2 games coming out of the shoot here at Minnesota tonight and at Chicago on Saturday, those are 2 games that are really conducive to say, like, we're going to try to work our way back into this thing. And they're going to hit the ground running, or they could take 2 losses here. I mean, Minnesota's a team that they've really struggled against in Chicago as well. Historically, they haven't done well against the Bulls, and definitely not in Chicago. Even you go back to that Martin Luther King game where they were missing several of their players, and the Grizzlies looked like they were going to drop that game for a minute. They ended up pulling away late, so Bulls have always given them trouble. So those are two tough games. I'm interested to see tonight. I think they're Grizzlies are 1.5 point favorite. How they come out, but back to the Dylan Brooks thing. That's the second thing that kind of worries me. They're saying that he's probably going to be back sometime early in March. I think Taylor Jenkins said he had a little bit of a setback. That wasn't good to hear, but he means so much to this team on the defensive end and on the offensive end. He's the best perimeter defender, and integrating him back in, it's going to be a process because, like I said, he means so much to this team. It's going to be a trickle down effect. You got Zaire Williams who's been starting. I think Dylan
been playing well.
I think you're going to put Dylan back in the starting lineup. So if he goes to the bench with shorter minutes and less shots, can he give you that same kind of production? Because, I mean, he's used to being that starting lineup and working his way in that way. Coming out the bench, can he give you that same production? You also worry about Bane and some of his shots being taken away by Dylan Brooks. And, I mean, it just trickles down. DeAnthony Melton is a guy who's been wildly inconsistent. There are times where he plays really well, other times when he doesn't. And then Dylan coming back is going to have an effect on him and what his role is coming out of the bench. I mean, it affects the whole team, and you just hope that it's a seamless transition and it doesn't kind of throw their rhythm off because they've been playing so well with the guys they have, and he's such a big piece, the third or fourth best player on the team, and putting him back in is definitely going to have an impact on the team. Jaren Jackson Jr. is probably not going to get as many shots as he's got, but Dylan's going to shoot the basketball. We all know that. I mean, he's going to get his shots up. So how does that affect this team? And you hope it doesn't really have an effect because I think they have two big goals that I've talked about that are still very reachable. I mean, they're only a game and a half behind Golden State for that number 2 seed. And also the franchise record of wins is 56, set it back in 2013. I think they have a real shot at breaking that record. But in order to achieve either of those two goals, man, they can't really have a lull or take any losses that they shouldn't take. They have to kind of be on that same trajectory they were for the All-Star break. And you just kind of hope the break and whenever they integrate Dylan back in doesn't cause it, throw anything off. Those are kind of the things that I'm looking at starting back tonight.
Why is it that Aquaman is working out so much better with this Grizzlies team than actually JV did? JV was absolutely great, but Aquaman, Ja Morant's gotten better. Jaren Jackson Jr.'s gotten better. He's pulling down boards. What is it about Aquaman? Steven Adams, if you didn't know who Aquaman was.
Yeah, man, Aquaman, man, I love that name. But yeah, Valanciunas was fantastic. Like, he was one of my favorite players on this team, and I hate to see him go, but when a lot of fans were upset about it, like, I understood why they made the move because Steven Adams is a guy that you don't have to run plays for. With JV, you needed shots. You had to run plays for him. He needed offensive touches, and Steven Adams is not that guy, and that opens up the paint for Ja Morant. It opens up the shots for Jaren Jackson Jr. inside, and when you had JV there, that wasn't the case because, I mean, he's going to clog up that lane and score in lane and take shots away from those guys. And Steven Adams is just fantastic because he does his job. You know what he's going to do. He's going to go in there and rebound. He's going to play tough defense, and he's going to get the tip backs and tip back dunks and stuff like that. But you're not going to see him. You're not going to post him up or have to run in plays for him, and that just makes the team overall better because there's more shots. Even Desmond Bane, I don't think you would have saw this kind of jump from him if Valanciunas was still on this team. So I mean, it's a perfect fit. Like what he does for this team. I mean, he plays his role to a T, and he's been fantastic for this team. I mean, I think he's one of the reasons why he's a little bit better of a defender than JV as well. So I just think it's addition by subtraction. If you kind of go back in the day and look at this Grizzlies team, it's kind of the same situation when they traded Rudy Gay and brought in Tayshaun Prince. And they kind of took off after that because Tayshaun Prince played a certain role. He wasn't a guy that you were going to take shots from other guys, and it just kind of worked, and the chemistry was better. And I think that's the same thing we're seeing with Steven Adams.
Man, this is something I can't believe I'm about to ask you because this answer before the season, everybody would have immediately said slow-mo. But going down this stretch, going into the playoffs, who's more important coming off the bench, Brandon Clarke or Kyle Anderson?
Man, that's interesting because I was thinking about that the other day, man. You think about the playoff rotation, and I was looking at who do you think is going to be in that playoff rotation, and you can even throw Zaire Williams in that mix. I think two of those guys are going to play. Brandon is going to play. Brandon Clarke is going to play as your big off the bench. But I think the bigger question is Zaire Williams and Kyle Anderson. Like, which one of those guys gets the most minutes? I mean, they've trusted Zaire Williams from day one, even when he wasn't really ready to step in and was struggling a little bit. They stuck with him, and I think it's paying off now. But when it comes to the playoff time, he's going to be coming off the bench, I think, when they bring Brooks back in the starting lineup eventually. But is it going to be him or Kyle that they put in the game? The Zaire Williams defense is really, really improved, I think. And I think that's kind of the advantage that Kyle had over him. But I think he's even playing really good defense now. So it's going to be interesting to see which one of those two guys gets the major minutes. You might see both of them, but I think one of them is going to get more minutes than the other one in the playoffs. You might go to Kyle because of the veteran presence has kind of been there before. But, I mean, Zaire, don't sleep on him, man, because I think he's done a fantastic job on both ends. I mean, the improvements that he's shown has been phenomenal, man. I think he's going to be a really good player for this team going forward. So that's definitely going to be something to watch when they get into the playoffs. I think they might lean Kyle since he's kind of a veteran on this team, but we'll see.
If you love Grizzlies talk, make sure you tune in every single Thursday at 11:30 to listen to my man Isaac Simpson. And if you really love some good podcasts, do me a favor, go to @EthosGrizzlies on the Twitter. Check out the podcast. You can go to sportsethos.com to pick it up. What other ways can they get your podcast, my man?
Yeah, man, it's on all podcasting sites, man. On Apple Podcasts, on
Spotify,
on all of them. Tune in. Like you can get it on all of them. Just make sure go @Ethos Grizzlies, man. Ethos Grizzlies podcast, man. You'll find it for myself and my guy David Williams.
I'm gonna put you on the spot right here on air. You got a few minutes. I didn't even talk Tigers.
Oh, yeah, man. I forgot we hadn't even mentioned the Tigers. Yeah, I'm good to go.
All right, I'm going to put you on hold for 2 shakes. We're going to come back in 3 seconds. This is Johnny Radio's Happy Hour with Isaac Simpson. We're talking Tigers on the other side of the break. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends, presented by Homer Skelton Hyundai. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
So you need to sell your house? I have the solution. Call 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. Any house, any area, as is. It's literally as simple as that. Just pick up your phone. Call 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. Guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your house fast, call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's Bill at I Buy Houses.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
I'm Brian Elder. There are a lot of ways to ruin your roof. Probably none worse than ice and snow. Google the term ice dam, and you'll understand that standing snow and ice can destroy your home's interior. Call me, 867-0303. Damaged ceilings or interior? It's time to call Brian Elder Roofing, 867-0303. We're a platinum preferred contractor with Owens Corning, so we've been vetted and trained by the best. You've known the name for years. Call me before you call your insurance company. We won't try to sell you a new roof if you don't need one. We'll measure your roof from outer space. Call me, 867-0303 or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Get in the swing of things. Grab your friends, your clients, your employees, and go enjoy everything you love about Topgolf in a luxury suite while at Memphis' only Topgolf Swing Suite at Erling Jensen's Small Bites. Topgolf Swing Suite is an immersive social experience offering guests a luxury private lounge to enjoy Erling Jensen's extraordinary food and beverage service, all while playing a selection of games in a one-of-a-kind simulation day. Topgolf Swing Suites are great for work outings, celebrations, or just getting together. It's fun for the whole family. It's fun for golfers and non-golfers alike.
they have more than just golf. They have soccer, baseball, zombie dodgeball, football, and more. Located at 5069 Sanderlin, adjacent to the Doubletree East Memphis. Check us out at SwingSuiteMemphis.com or call us at 901-58-SWING. Again, that's 901-58-SWING at Memphis' only Top Golf Swing Suite at Erling Jensen's Small Bites. Book your suite today.
If you want to make money in sales, Flynn Broadcasting wants you. If you can sell, Flynn Broadcasting has a great career waiting for you. If you can sell, we have great benefits, salary, commission, sales leads, and a great place to work. If you can sell, let us know today. Send your resume to jobs@flynn.com. Can everyone sell? No. But if you can, Flynn Broadcasting wants you. Apply today at jobs@flynn.com. Start your great career today at jobs@flynn.com. Flynn Broadcasting wants you.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour is brought to you by Memphis' only Top Golf Swing Suite at Erling Jensen Small Bites. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder's in the house. And I got to tell you, I'm so excited. I got Isaac Simpson because we just talked Grizzlies. They're back tonight playing the T-Wolves, but we're going to talk some Tigers. They're back in the friendly confines of FedEx Forum tonight, playing Temple. To be honest with you, don't really know what to expect tonight. I do know the boys in Vegas think they're a 12.5-point favorite. Do you go and you touch them with a 12-foot pole or a 13-foot pole, or do you go the other way?
That's the way you should frame it, is how long of a pole would you touch this game with?
How far would you extend that? Would you take a minus 14? 14-foot pole? I don't know. Let's ask the expert, Isaac Simpson. What's up, Isaac?
Man, what's up? What's up?
Thank you for holding on. I appreciate you giving me a little extra time today. Very, very much. We got crazy into the Grizzlies because the Grizzlies are crazy good. The Tigers have been crazy good and crazy bad. Their last outing against SMU, Kendrick Davis just put it in their eye. It was a little bit painful to watch. They lost. I mean, it was 41-41, and next thing you know, the wheels just fell off. Do they put the wheels back on, and does this train start moving forward? They got 4 games left. How many of the last 4 games do they get? And does it start with a win tonight?
Yeah, I think they win tonight. When you talking about that number in Vegas, it seems like a pretty big number. Like, I expect the Tigers to win, and they might even cover. But seeing that minus 12, man, when I saw that this morning, man, I thought that was kind of a big number because I mean we've seen this team, like you said, at times kind of even when they get big leads, that teams kind of hang around and come back in the games, especially late. So I probably wouldn't touch that minus 12, man. Like I said, it's not that I don't think that they can cover that. It just seems like a pretty big number. But, yeah, man, the SMU game, as I said before the game, it's a game where they didn't necessarily have to have, but it's a game that if you had won that game, I think it gave you a bigger margin for error. Now I think they're in a situation where you have these 4 games left. You Temple tonight, you got Wichita State on Sunday, then you at South Florida for that finale the next Sunday at FedEx Forum against Houston. I think you're in a situation now where in order for you to feel comfortable, I think you need to win all 4 of those games. If you had beat SMU, I think you could, even if you had lost to Houston, I think even now, if they win these next 3, these are games that you'll be favored in, and you lost to Houston, I think you'd be in a situation then where you definitely be sweating it out. I think you'd have to win a couple games in the conference tournament, and you still might get in, but that's not the spot that you want to be in, man. You want to be in a position where you feel like you're confidently in, and I think in order for them to even be in that realm, I think they're going to have to win all 4 of these games, and I think they can. I think that Houston team is extremely vulnerable. I mean, that's not Houston of last year. That's not a team that's going to go to the Final Four, anything like that. We even saw Tulane last night give them everything they wanted for a while for Houston kind of pulled away there late. That team is ripe for the picking, and I think Memphis can win that game again. I'm actually more concerned about these 3 games prior to that. I think you got to maintain that same focus and go out and beat these teams that you're supposed to beat and have a big game next Sunday at home and a chance to knock off top 25 team, quad 1 win for the second time. And I think if you win all 4 of these games, I think going to the conference tournament, I think if you win the first game and get to the second round, I think you're good to go, and I think you'll be in the field. But again, man, it starts tonight, and the Temple team is feisty. I mean, it's not a team that you can play around with. I mean, they're not a tournament team or anything like that. But if you don't play hard, they'll beat you. I mean, beat SMU the other night. I know Kendrick Davis wasn't in that game, but they had, I think, 2 or 3 guys out as well. And in their rotation, they were able to get that win. So they're not a team that you can just come in and play around with. It's not South Florida, like they're going to play a couple games from now. This is a team that you have to play well against, or they'll come in here and beat you.
All right, going down the stretch, who's more important to this Tigers team? Is it Alex Lomax or is it Dre Williams?
I think they're both extremely important. I mean, we saw, I mean, going back to the Houston game and the game against Cincinnati, I mean, as of late, he's really done the job that you needed him to do. I mean, we've said so long that he stopped taking all these bad shots, and he just needs to go in there, sell the team down, run the team, run the offense, and that's what he's been doing. I mean, his assist to turnover ratio is been off the charts, and you can tell the difference. Like when he got in foul trouble in the SMU game, he goes out. There's a big difference when he lately, as of late, when he's not on the floor. I mean, Tyler Harris just couldn't do anything. I mean, nobody could do anything with Kendrick Davis, but you could definitely tell a difference when he went out and you had Tyler at the point guard. I mean, Kendrick Davis is just a big-time player. And you look at that kind of that SMU matchup, and you think Memphis would have an advantage there when you look at the size, because SMU really doesn't have a lot of size, but sometimes it just takes one great player to kind of do it by itself. And I think Kendrick Davis was the equalizer in that game, and I mean, they just ran off on him. Memphis let go of the rope, and it just couldn't get it back. But I think Alo is extremely important for this team going forward. Man, in order for them to be peak of what they can do, they need the Alo that we've seen over the last few games. And DeAndre Williams, I think, in that SMU game, I just kind of get the sense that he wasn't 100%. I mean, he's dealing with that back issue, and it just seems like he wasn't 100% right. And Benny even said on Monday at his radio show that you got a couple guys banged up. He said Alo, Jalen Duren is kind of banged up with a knee. I think all of those guys are going to play. DeAndre is supposed to play tonight, but, he has the back stuff going on, but he's going to play. Landis Nolly is the one that's questionable going into tonight, and he's been big for this team, too. When they needed big-time shots over the last several games, he's been the guy to knock them down. I mean, he's been a kind of, and it's kind of weird to say this, a calming presence for this team, because usually he's one of the guys that can get wild, take bad shots, but he's been knocking those shots down as of late. So if he doesn't play tonight, that's going to be a big loss. But I think all the other guys are going to play, but he's going to be questionable with an knee injury. But we'll see if he's able to go tonight. And I think that'll be a big boost, because they definitely need him, because, again, man, he's a guy that's really been knocking down shots for him.
Last question, Chandler Lawson going down the stretch. Are we going to see more and more and more of him because of his defensive prowess?
But you hope so, because if you're going to go to a backup big, I mean, and this is not to pile on Malcolm Dandridge, but, I mean, he just, with the talent that they have on his team, and you just kind of look at this roster, he should not be getting the minutes that he's getting. I mean, there's been times where he's absolutely killed them. I mean, even in the Houston game, the minutes he played at SMU, like he just shouldn't be on the floor. And it's weird that Penny has a relationship with him, played for him in East and AAU, and I guess that's just a guy that he's been around a lot, and that he trusts him. But I mean, he just hadn't played well. And I think if you're going to play one of those guys, I think Lawson definitely is the superior player over them. I know you kind of think Malcolm might give you a little bit of offense here and there more than Lawson, but I think the defense and the IQ of Lawson, I think, is better for this team. And I think if you're going to play one of those guys, I definitely think it should be Lawson over Dandridge.
Isaac, thank you so much for giving me and the Mid-South 30 minutes of your time. I hope you have a wonderful day today, a wonderful night. Everybody follow him at Isaac_Rivals. Don't forget to read his work at TigerSportsReport.com. Check out at Ethos Grizzlies, the podcast. Isaac, have a blessed day, and go Tigers, go Grizz.
Will do, man. Talk to you next week.
That's my brother, Isaac Simpson. I got another brother out there. Did you know that? His name's Bill, and I buy houses. 901-406-1101. Call my brother Bill. Give him a call, and guess what? I guarantee you're going to get your money in 5 days. You give him a call at 901-406-1101 and just say, hey, Bill, come check out my house. He'll come over there. He'll make you an offer. Bing, bang, boom. Y'all agree on it? Guaranteed to close in 5 days. And I'm talking about any house, any area, as is. It really is that simple. Give my buddy Bill Bell a call at I Buy Houses. On the other side, we got some Hardwood because it feels so good on Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Breaks open many years too soon. And if there is no room on the hill, get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? If your lights seem dim, it's probably time to change them. We can help you do the job right. If you do decide to change your lights, we've got reliable replacement lights waiting for you. We've even got headlight restoration kits that can have your existing lights shining brighter. You can get whatever you need fast with our next day delivery or free same-day store pickup. Getting the job done just got easier. Restrictions apply.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Hey everybody, the go-to place to sell any vehicle for some crazy good money and get a check today is right here in Olive Branch at All-Star Chevrolet. And you don't have to buy one of All-Star's cars or trucks. Just bring it on, even if you owe money on it. But if you're ready to go car and truck shopping, this is where you want to be. All the Silverados are coming right here to Olive Branch. Ask for Kevin or Jeff and they'll show you all the new Chevys here and in the pipeline. Our All-Star friends have been spot on in getting all the best 21s and the 2022s. Seriously, they will go fast, so try to get here this week and pre-order what you want. 0-interest financing is available and your good credit deserves it. Just go to allstarautogroup.com and look at all the pre-owned and certified pre-owned Chevy Silverados, Tahoes, and Suburbans. Go big! Check out the brand new Stingray. But remember, it's not South Haven, not the Pike, not Collierville, or Mount Moriah. It's gotta be Olive Branch, people. So find new roads to All-Star Chevy in Olive Branch or go to allstarautogroup.com.
If you're not regularly going to Central Barbecue, then you are being, I'll say it, un-Memphian.
That's not even a word.
I just made it a word. I'm drunk with power.
No, I think you just might be drunk.
Well, when this runs, that's entirely possible. But right now, I say completely soberly, if you don't eat the best barbecue in Memphis, then you're being un-Memphian.
Seriously, you can't just make up words.
I listen to your show every day. You make up words all the time.
Yeah, but not on purpose. We just get carried away. You're deliberately making one up.
Un-Memphian! Not going to Central Barbecue is like not cheering for the Tigers or the Grizzlies.
Un-Memphian.
See? Now you got it.
The Family Leisure family is growing and they want you to help them grow even more. Family Leisure is now hiring for multiple positions. They're looking for self-motivated, goal-oriented people to come and join their family. Some of the positions include sales for swimming pools, hot tubs, and patio furniture. There's sales and associates for chemicals. Parts and service department associates are needed. Service technicians, you got to have a valid driver's license, and cashiers are needed too. Family Leisure is also looking to add to their installation crews for building above-ground pools. Send your resume to Family Leisure now, 2120 Whitten Road, Memphis, Tennessee, 38133, or email memphis@familyleisure.com. You can also call 901-371-9090. So come and join the family at Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun and you all come together.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder's in the house, and a big thanks to Isaac Simpson on the other side. We talk Tigers, we talk Grizz. The Grizzlies are back at it tonight on the road versus the T-Wolves. They've gone from a 1.5-point favorite yesterday all the way to a 3. A lot of that money, Vegas doesn't like to lose. A lot of that money's on the Grizz. Tigers at the friendly confines of FedEx Forum tonight playing Temple. They are a 12.5-point favorite over Temple. Plus, I think we're going to get a little – are we going to get a little Tigers-Grizzlies two-step tonight? Both cover? Should we parlay them together? Should we put a little Grizzlies, Tigers, little love triangle, throw it out there, sprinkle, magic, a little something in it?
You know what? Maybe.
Maybe. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. Maybe Ben Simmons will play on March 10th, but I doubt it because even Danny Green came out and said he ain't mentally tough. He's soft like a baby's butt. Now, we are about to go to Hardwood. We got some great stories. Did you know Floyd Mayweather had a birthday?
As he does every year, once a year.
Floyd Mayweather had a birthday last night. Happy 45th birthday, Mr. Floyd Mayweather. Mr. Money.
Floyd Money Mayweather.
Floyd Money Mayweather. Do you know what happened at this rager? A lot of stuff.
Cocaine.
Yeah, they went to the Shake Junt later on that night. I'm going to tell you all about it. It's a very fascinating party. Plus, we're going to talk about why you should not eat leftover Chinese food. We also think Bruce Arians has lost his mind. He might actually go. I don't know if I believe this. Do you remember Blaine Gabbert, who played at Missouri?
I do remember Blaine Gabbert, who played at Missouri. 2011,
he was drafted by the Jags, 10th overall. Has not been all that great.
Former Titan.
Yes, played with a lot of teams. He also played 8 different teams, 8 different coaches or whatever for a while. He's been with AB for a while. BA, Bruce Arians, for a long time. Bruce Arians basically came out yesterday saying he believes that Blaine Gabbert could be the person that steps in and fills Tom Brady's shoes.
Well, I don't know if Coach Arians saw when he filled in for Marcus Mariota in Tennessee 2 or 3 years ago, and that was a disaster. That prompted them to sign Ryan Tannehill the next year as a backup, saying we cannot have that happen again. Because the Titans lost to the Dolphins that year, and I believe the Dolphins won the fewest games in the league. Anyway, back to what you were saying.
No, it was absolutely wonderful. I appreciate your little insight there.
The Dolphins won 7 games that year, but still, they lost to the 7-win Dolphins because they had to start Blaine Gabbert that game.
Tough stuff. But you know what? We're about to get to Hardwood where it feels so good. But how do we get Hardwood? The wonderful sponsors that we have. And you know who's one of our wonderful sponsors? The great people at Frontier Western Store down at 5880 Goodman Road. You need to check them out online at frontierwesternstore.com. Why? Because any order $75 or more, they ship absolutely free. They ship your orders out within 24 hours, and you don't have to go anywhere. You can just sit there on your computer or on your phone, and it's an easy website to navigate because they have it's put out perfectly. They have sale items. You can just click on it, shows all the sale items. You can shop by brand. You can shop by jeans, boots, kids department, women's department, men's department. Very easy to navigate. They take care of business. But you know what? If you want to go touch them, you want to go see them, you want to try them on, head on down to 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch, where they have the largest boot showroom on the planet Earth. They don't have any boot showrooms on Mars, right? I know we're supposed to be going there, but
not that I know of.
Not that I know of either. Now, they do have a face on Mars, they said, but it's really not a face. It was just an optical illusion.
So really, it's the largest boot showroom in the universe.
In the universe. That's what I was going to get to. In the Milky Way, that's for deadgum sure. So head on over there. And by the way, don't forget, they have everything. You need rain boots today, but they also have super tough work boots, dress boots. They have hiking boots, Western boots. Plus, they got jeans by Ariat, Carhartt, Wrangler. They have women's wear from their ladies department. They got a kids department. They got it covered from top to bottom. Get your clothes at the place that makes you styling and profiling. That is Frontier Western Store. Let's go to Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
Well, you know I love a good party, don't you?
Yeah.
I will tell you something. I wouldn't have mind been out with my man Floyd Money Mayweather last night.
You wouldn't have?
No, I would have loved it. To be honest with you.
But you had oral surgery, John.
Yeah, that's true.
So you maybe would have minded.
Yeah, I didn't feel good at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yesterday.
See, John, now you're just saying things to say them, you know?
Yeah, well,
But on any other day, you would have had a great time with Floyd Mayweather at his birthday.
Correct. You're right. You're correct. Or I probably would have just partaken. No, I'm just kidding. Floyd Mayweather, though, he was out there tearing it up. So he's 45 years old. He had a rager. He hosted a private party at David Grutman's Sushi Fly Chicken in Miami.
Oh, I love that place.
I've never been there. Sushi Fly Chicken. That just sounds like a great place. You can get some chicken. You can get some sushi. Put it all together, baby.
And it flies.
And it flies. You fly. Now, he parties over there. Then guess what they do?
They went to live.
They had a karaoke machine and everything. They were singing. Guess who was singing karaoke?
50 Cent.
No, it was Floyd Money Mayweather. Guess who his backup singers were though during his celebration when he was singing a song?
50 Cent.
Kanye West, Aaron Donald, and of course his new better half, Antonio Brown.
AB. Well, that's
AB.
Kanye's new better half.
No. Dude, AB is part of Mayweather, and now he's also part of Kanye because he's going to be running Donda Sports for Ye, and he just loves him some Floyd Money Mayweather.
So he's got his toes dipped in all the different ponds.
Yes, he's all up in that. And it was nice to see all these guys out there. They were singing, they were dancing, and they were partying. But then after they did all their karaoke, after they got their food in them, they went to the Shake Junt. It's called Gold Rush Cabaret Strip Club. They went there, and guess what the strip club did for Floyd Money Mayweather?
Had women dancing.
Well, of course, they do that at all.
Bottle service.
No, he always does that.
They rented out the whole place to him.
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, maybe they did. I don't know. But they had they went out there and got a beautiful big old photo and cutout of Floyd Money Mayweather jacking Conor McGregor. They also had just a bunch of Floyd Money Mayweather stuff up there. I have a feeling that he's been to this strip club before.
Money memorabilia.
Memorabilia.
And I'm sure he made sure they remembered him with the bankroll that he wasted there. Not wasted is the wrong word. He spent a lot of money there, John, is what I was trying to say.
He invested it in some young lady's future, brother.
That's right.
It's called caring about other people.
That's right. John, also we have a texter here from Janine in Toledo, Ohio. She says today's her 35th birthday. So not 45th, 35th. What did you do on your 35th birthday?
Oh my God, I have no idea.
You don't remember?
I mean, I don't remember what I did last
What's
year.
What's your most memorable birthday? Did you go see Sesame Street as a child?
My most memorable birthday. This is kind of sad. I don't remember any of them.
That means you had such a good time.
I was going to say they were probably all really good.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I do remember my 10th birthday. I went swimming with my friends over at my Meemaws.
Was that fun?
It was so much fun.
Heck of a birthday.
I had cake and ice cream and friends. Now it's
pretty much the same, except
it's just at a different place.
Less swimming, yeah. More swimming and something else. John, I also have an actual Hardwood story for you. Tom Brady. Do you know who Tom Brady is, John?
Yes, I've heard of him before. I think he played football in the National Football League.
That's right.
He's Giselle Bundchen's side piece.
Bundchen. And not side piece. I think his main piece.
Well, I mean, it's like she's probably got he's the main piece. Okay, I'll give it. He's the full entree.
Husband.
He's not the side dish.
They have children together.
Yes, they do.
But that doesn't always mean anything. Anyway, John, he played football. He's a Michigan man. Anyway, he's now going to be an actor, according to The Hollywood Reporter. Tom Brady is set to star in a new road trip comedy called 80 for Brady. Are you intrigued yet? Do you want to hear who's in it?
Actually, yes.
Okay, not just Tom Brady. Sally Field, Lily Tomlin, Jane Fonda, and Rita Moreno. So some older ladies. Again, the name of the movie is called 80 for Brady. 4 best friends. Here's the description I read from The Hollywood Reporter.
I think I know this. Hold on. Is this where the movie is based around the comeback? Like they went to the Super Bowl or something?
You got part of it.
Tom Brady comes back and beats the Atlanta Falcons, and that changed their lives forever.
4 best friends who are New England Patriots fans take a life-changing trip to the 2017 Super Bowl to see their quarterback hero, Tom Brady, play in the game.
Dude, I'm really good at this.
You knew it.
Man, I don't know.
Are you going to go see that movie? It's coming out from Paramount Studios, John, so it could be on streaming. Maybe it'll be in a theater. Or are you going to go see it?
Do you know I have not been to a movie theater in probably over a
Since Swing
decade.
Boat came out. I don't
Swing
know.
Boat?
I'm just joking. It's just a joke. An old
The
movie.
last movie I went to go see, I took my kids to see something when they were little. So it was probably a
Toy
cartoon.
Story.
Man, maybe
knows
Land
anymore?
Before Time or something.
Land Before Time. But John, what if it's just streaming? Will you watch this movie? Tom Brady's in it, John.
Probably not.
Wow.
Unless it gets a lot of great reviews.
Did you watch the Sean Payton movie with Kevin James? No, you didn't, did you?
No, I have not.
Oh.
I don't know about you, but I am.
Did you
not,
watch the Kurt Warner movie, The American Underdog Story?
That was the worst.
It was a terrible movie.
It was the most awful movie, and that was.
But
the
you did
worst.
see that one.
No.
Oh.
I watched. I got to, okay. So I was reading, and there were some reviews, and they had a couple clips, and from reading that and seeing a couple clips, I realized that is a show that I will never watch.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't. You
it's
shouldn't.
absolutely awful.
Although
Speaking of movies,
yeah, go ahead.
Don't you have your top 5 NFL movie or football movies of
Oh,
all
my
time?
top 5. Because yesterday, remember, we were talking about Point Break. And is it or is it not a football movie? I say it is a football movie. John, I have my top 5 football movies here. Number 5, Point Break. Number 5. Let me go outside looking in first. Remember the Titans is in the outside looking in, a fine football movie. Varsity Blues in the outside looking in. Friday Night Lights, John, The Longest Yard, both of them. Brian Song, Gridiron Gang, Waterboy, tons of good football movies. Those are all in the outside looking in. Number 5 is Point Break. Number 4, Ladybugs.
What?
Ladybugs.
That doesn't sound like a football movie.
You want to hear the description for Ladybugs,
Yes,
John?
I do.
Ladybugs, desperate for success. A girls' soccer coach, Chester, played by Rodney Dangerfield, finds a novel way to bolster his failing team. He includes his own stepson disguised as a girl. At Top Het Jones calls it 90 minutes I'll never get back. That's
Not
my
bad.
number 4 football movie ever.
So,
And you'll if you were listening closely, you will hear I did say that he's a soccer coach.
so that's why you're saying football, because you're going with the European style.
John, number 3, Bend It Like Beckham. Number 2,
Hold on. This is Bend It Like Beckham. What is that?
it's a movie where a girl learns how to play soccer as well as David Beckham. Learns how to bend it like Beckham. Number 2, John, Kicking and Screaming. Will Ferrell movie, another great one. It also has Mike Ditka in it, Kicking and Screaming.
Is that a football movie?
They coach a youth soccer team, but Mike Ditka is a football coach and a Hall of Famer. And number 1 football movie of all time, or football vehicle of all time, John, Ted Lasso.
Is
not a movie, and also it's different football.
All right, got to bring this up. You didn't have Friday Night Lights in it?
That was in my outside looking in.
My favorite football movie is North Dallas 40.
That's also in my outside looking in. We talked about that movie yesterday, North Dallas 40.
Yeah, because you need to go watch it.
I'd never heard of it.
It's kind of an American professional football satire from the 70s.
Like Bull Durham.
Like they play football hard, drink beer even harder, and they like pharmaceuticals and women, and it's pretty wild. It's a good movie. What about
Rudy?
Any Given Sunday?
Any Given Sunday on my outside looking in.
What about Vince Papala, the movie Invincible?
Oh, I love Invincible. That's also on my outside looking in. Mark Wahlberg, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
How could you not put The Blind Side? You live in the Mid-South.
The Blind Side, outside looking in, John. Look,
Michael Orr, dude.
So there's just
two weeks.
Maybe just doing a top 5 was unfair because there's so many good football movies.
Have you ever seen The Longest Yard, the original gangster?
Yeah, that's also on my outside looking in. So is the one with Adam Sandler.
Oh, and what's
the
the one with
Waterboy.
Goldie Hawn? Where she takes over a professional football team. Oh,
Varsity Blues.
No. They say in the movie, like at the very end of the movie, they give Goldie Hawn the football players.
Wildcats.
Wildcats. If you haven't seen Wildcats, check it out.
I've never seen Wildcats.
It's a really good football movie, too. Wow, we got off on movies for a second.
No, that was good, though.
What do you think about that was good, wasn't it?
It was.
Now, do you know why you don't eat Chinese food?
Tell me why, John.
I mean,
This is a
I love
disgusting
good
story.
Chinese food.
No, you can eat Chinese food, John. You just can't eat old Chinese food.
Yeah, don't leave it out, unrefrigerated, just sitting. This is actually a PSA.
Yeah.
Okay? Because
Or you might end up a quadriplegic.
man, this poor man, he's a college student, only 19 years old.
Yeah.
Him and his buddies were probably going out there and chilling and getting drinking. They got some Chinese food, came home, ate, crashed, slept, woke up a little hungover. Dude just like picked up the box and started eating out of it. Well, guess what? It was growing all kinds of bacteria.
It was more than a day.
Yeah, it was a couple days.
It was a few days.
Yeah, they left it out for a couple days. And by the way, though, who eats Chinese food that's been left out for like 2 days?
No, not I.
It's not
I'll
a good
put it
idea.
in the fridge and eat it 2 days later, maybe. But you're right.
And the reason I tell you this is because
What happened to him, John?
Well, he got a situation where he got what is it?
Quadriplegic?
No. What is the
amputation?
No, how do you say he got meningococcal septicemia or something?
Oh yeah, meningococcal septicemia.
Basically some bad stuff.
Of course.
And they had to cut off all his legs and his arms, so basically
I thought it was his legs and his fingers.
He cut off his legs and his fingers. Okay, he still had
But he still doesn't have hands anymore.
No.
Or I guess he has hands, he doesn't have fingers. So the most important part of the hand is gone.
Yes, you are correct.
That's a. Well, John, there's so many robotic advancements nowadays. We could probably find him robot legs and robot hands, right?
It's a great point.
It's
a great point.
I mean, we've come a long way in medicine and robots and artificial limbs. Maybe I would argue, John, there's no better time than now to be a quadriplegic. We are living in the best time ever to be a quadriplegic.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah, no, it's a fact, John. Look it up.
All right. By the way, do you know what the world record is for the bench press?
No.
How much do you think it is? Just throw a number out there. I mean, this is the bench press. It ain't squats. It's the bench press. Throw out a number.
600 pounds.
804 pounds.
Wow.
A dude named Daniel Zamini.
Daniel Zamini.
804 pounds. It's the record for the heaviest bench press ever. Ever.
Is he like a strong man? Obviously, he's a strong man, but is he like is he bodybuilder, like a world's strongest man type guy?
Correct.
I love the world's strongest man. Do you like the world's strongest man?
Kind of.
Do you remember the old world's strongest man, Magnus for Magnuson?
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Continue.
But anyway, the point is so have you been seeing some of these former strongmen, what they're doing?
No.
This guy's probably now going to come out there. They're all fighting each other.
In like UFC?
Well, boxing matches and things of that nature.
Bare knuckle.
You know, like The Mountain from have you ever seen that movie, Game of Thrones?
That's a TV show. No, I haven't. I mean, I have, but I don't care for it.
Movie, TV show. Don't get semantics, okay?
No, you're right. I don't care for Game of Thrones, John.
You never watched it?
I have, but I don't care for it.
Weird. You know who Archie Manning doesn't care for?
No,
Arch Manning. I always say Archie. Arch. Do you know who Arch Manning is?
Tell me, John.
He's Cooper's son.
Isidore Newman.
He's related to, of course, the Mannings. It started with Archie. Then he had some kids. He had Cooper. He had Peyton. He had Eli. Then they had some kids. And Cooper's kid is Arch. Well, Arch is following in his grandfather and his uncle's footsteps.
Grandpappy.
Because he's a great quarterback. Everybody wants him. Do you know what he said yesterday?
I don't want to play quarterback.
He had 6 teams. One of them was Clemson. This morning we wake up, Clemson is out.
Wow, he doesn't like Dabo.
He does not like Dabo. He will not be going there, so you still have Alabama.
What are the 5 teams?
Georgia, Texas,
Ole
Miss.
Tennessee.
Yeah. You're not bad. He ain't going to Tennessee.
Why not? He loves Uncle Peyton.
He does love Uncle Peyton, but Peyton isn't coaching in Tennessee. But hey, they got a great hooker over there. Hendon Hooker. They're not necessarily looking for a quarterback this minute. So,
right.
We'll just leave it like that. By the way, did you see Tennessee baseball yesterday?
Yeah, the guy was throwing some
He threw
shit.
100 miles an hour. In fact,
they have 4 guys that throw 100, John.
He threw actually 102.
Florida's pitcher I saw touch 96 in like the 5th inning or something like that.
Well, the weird thing about this is my man threw a 102-mile-an-hour fastball and then a 92-mile-an-hour slider.
That's a large discrepancy.
Yes.
And one of them is moving a lot, I would imagine.
I will have to say, Tennessee's starting staff is flat out nasty.
4 guys that touch 100, John.
Ooh-wee. We're going to talk a little NFL, though, on the other side. We got to talk about what's going on with the Brian Gutekunst, Aaron Rodgers situation. Is Blaine Gabbert really going to be the quarterback for the Bucs? A lot of NBA talk as well. So do me a favor. Don't touch the dial unless you're going to make a lemon drop, because Tito's Handmade Vodka is the best vodka in the world. And what do I always say? If life hands you lemons, don't freak out. Do what, Jay?
Make a lemon drop.
Just make sure it's with what?
Tito's Handmade Vodka.
My goodness, you are just, I'm telling you, man.
A salesman.
You are good at this. Now, Tito Beveridge, by the way, I don't know if you know this, people, but Tito Beveridge literally plays no games. He's down in Austin, Texas. By the way, he loves dogs. Tito Beveridge has a dog named Dog Joe. And they came up with this recipe together. He was like, yo, Dog Joe. And he's like, nah, dude, do it with corn. So he's a 100% corn-based vodka, meaning it's gluten-free. Guess what else? They still it. Did you know a lot of people, they don't still their vodka, like in copper pots. Like that's the old school rare method. But that's what gives Tito's vodka a very unique flavor. It makes it slightly sweet and has this little black pepper note. Bing, bang, boom. Balancing everything out. Doesn't matter if you're crafting a cocktail or you're drinking it neat. Make sure you go get some Tito's today. By the way, the best vodka tonic in the world. Oh, that just happens to be Tito's Handmade Vodka. They won that award. They've got so many awards it's not even funny. The coolest thing, though, for me is you can get a top 10 vodka in the world. I think it's the best vodka in the world, but you don't pay a top 10 price. Go out there right now. We had a little inflation. You can tell like the whole world's going through a little inflation situation. Gas is going up, causing everything to go up. We have these little issues, I don't know if you've heard about it, but there's a little issue over in Ukraine with Russia. Don't know if you know, though, about the other issues going on around, just at home. But it's causing everything to go up. But you know what? It was still only $32. I got 1.75 liters for $32. And that's at any liquor store. Head on and get your Tito's on today. On the other side, we're talking NFL. By the way, I also got some baseball news. We're going to sprinkle in a little baseball. Got some NBA notes and some NFL next on Sports 56 98.5 FM.
Brett Norsworthy and Gabe Kuhn drive you home with Sports Time on Sports 56. Brought to you by DeSoto Auto Sales. Weekday afternoons from 3 to 6 right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hi, folks. Bob Burkham for Sunrise Chevy. Good news for new and used car and truck buyers. The Sunrise Chevy Ranch has a great selection of new and used cars and trucks, and Sunrise specializes in low monthly payments and secondary financing. At SunriseMemphis.com, you can select your vehicle, get your trade appraised, arrange financing and delivery. We'll deliver right to your doorstep, inspected and ready to go, no matter what your past credit. Sunrise wants to get you financed. Immediate financing with next to nothing down. Need body or service work? Bring it to Sunrise or schedule an appointment online. Find new roads to Sunrise Chevy, 385 in Houston, Levy, Collierville.
Get in the swing of things. Grab your friends, your clients, your employees, and go enjoy everything you love about Topgolf in a luxury suite while at Memphis' only Topgolf Swing Suite at Erling Jensen's Small Bites. Topgolf Swing Suite is an immersive social experience offering guests a luxury private lounge to enjoy Erling Jensen's extraordinary food and beverage service, all while playing a selection of games in a one-of-a-kind simulation day. Topgolf Swing Suites are great for work outings, celebrations, or just getting together. It's fun for the whole family. It's fun for golfers and non-golfers alike. They have more than just golf. They have soccer, baseball, zombie dodgeball, football, and more. Located at 5069 Sanderlin, adjacent to the Doubletree East Memphis. Check us out at SwingSuiteMemphis.com or call us at 901-58-SWING. Again, that's 901-58-SWING at Memphis' only Topgolf Swing Suite at Erling Jensen's Small Bites. Book your suite today.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home at Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
Mount Moriah Auto Sales. What sets them apart? Great selection, quality, high-end to low-end cars, and low mileage. Mount Moriah Auto Sales is under new management. Ask for Emmett or Steven. Check out their great selection of cars or trucks. Choose from Dodges, Jeeps, Fords, GMCs, Infinitis, Porsches, Range Rovers, Lexus, Mercedes, BMWs, even Bentleys. Mount Moriah Auto Sales also has a great service department with 12 bays for everything from oil changes to alignment to new tires. Go to MountMoriahAutoSales.com. Pick out your like new car or truck today. Mount Moriah Auto Sales, right on the corner and right on the price.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. A lot of people have been checking in on the text line, 901-360-8255, getting the zone, AutoZone. Carlos Yates says, go Tigers, go, and he says he loves some Greg Maddux. I don't blame you.
Who doesn't?
Like, come on, Carlos, I appreciate it. Everybody loves Greg Maddux. I got some breaking news, not breaking news, like it's not like it's like the whole world's going to be on fire, but it is a little fascinating. Some of the stuff that I'm about to give you. It has to do with, do you remember Art Briles?
I do remember Art Briles.
Coached at Baylor, was fired from the university after allegations and an investigation basically into a bunch of campus-wide sexual assaults by his teammates. I mean, it's by his team, and just a lot of bad things
by
happened.
An alarming number of his team.
Alarming number, yes, a very alarming number. Well, Art Briles, guess what? He's got a job today. He just got hired as the offensive coordinator for guess who? Grambling State.
Oh, that's why you said, wow, Grambling State's about to be good.
Grambling State, by the way, do you know who they hired as their head coach, I think in December? Former NFL football coach Hugh Jackson. Now, that's not Hugh Jackman. That's Hugh Jackson.
Right, Hugh Jackman.
Didn't I call him Hugh Jackman one day?
I think you called someone else Hugh Jackson one day. It might have been Hugh. It might have been Hugh Jackson. Actually,
I was talking about Hugh Jackson.
Maybe it was. Yeah, Hugh Jackman. You know from X-Men.
I don't know him actually.
Les Miserables.
No, I definitely don't know him for that. But I do know who he is.
Jean Valjean.
No. Do not know that either. He must sing.
In Les Miserables he does, but I think that was his first venture into singing. Maybe he's a Broadway guy. I don't know.
Yeah, Art Briles, again, who was fired as the head coach at Baylor, is back in the coaching game. Hugh Jackson is the head coach of Grambling State. His offensive coordinator is Art Briles.
We'll see if
Grambling State, are they going to be back in the saddle again?
We'll see if Hugh can go better than 1-31.
Do you think Deion Sanders, do you think Hugh Jackson and Art Briles can bring as big a stick as Deion Sanders? Because I don't.
No. Or Eddie George, for that matter.
Yeah, Eddie George.
Which is where Hugh Jackson came from. He was the offensive coordinator for Eddie George last year at Tennessee State.
Yeah, and by the way, did you know the Southern Heritage Classic is going to be no more?
Yeah, because Prime went big time.
Yep.
I was trying to say big prime, but I don't think it works.
Nah.
Prime time went big time. I can't write time with time. I'll work on it.
Yeah, good luck with that. But yes, Hugh Jackson coaching Grambling State, Art Briles, offensive coordinator. Now, before I get into some other stuff, did you see what happened last night in the SEC?
The LSU lost to Kentucky.
Well,
South Carolina beat Vanderbilt.
I would put it like this.
I don't think that's
unfortunately. Here's what I would say. But I'm not you always. I would say Auburn and Kentucky. I would say Auburn and Kentucky held serve on Wednesday. Guess what that means? They're setting up a huge Saturday in the SEC because Auburn, who's 13-2 and first in the SEC, goes to Tennessee. Tennessee's tied for third in the league at 11-4. The team they're tied with is Arkansas, who sits at 11-4. And guess where Kentucky's going? To Fayetteville. They're second at 12-3. They're heading to Arkansas. So you have Kentucky in Fayetteville playing Arkansas.
The Hogs.
You have Auburn and Tennessee playing Tennessee. Who's going to win the SEC? I don't know. Watch some basketball on Saturday.
Yeah.
Wait to see. But, yeah, I think it's going to be a very interesting day in hoops. I really do think it's going to be a great day in hoops, by the way. And do you have some picks, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You sure you have some picks?
I'm getting them. They're coming in slowly but surely.
Well, we're going to do some picks, and I got to bring up one other thing that I forgot to during Hardwood. And if you're a Big Brother fan, I'm about to ruin it for you. Is Big Brother a game show?
Spoiler alert. Yeah. Reality.
No, it's not an alert. I'm going to spoil it for them.
Well, I'm alerting them.
Don't alert
Because
them.
you didn't alert me.
No.
Reality game show. It is a reality game show.
Well, do you know who Misha Tate is? She's an MMA champ. You know that?
That's right.
She doesn't just have a belt anymore of an MMA champ. She has now the title as the winner of Celebrity Big Brother. She beat Lamar Odom.
Lamar Odom was out last episode, though.
Like, okay.
That was on Sunday, I believe.
Well, she beat, who else is on there? Is there any other athletes that were on there?
This year, I don't think so. Meta World Peace was on a previous
one, yeah. But dude, I had to say, if you were looking at Celebrity Big Brother, you would think it would be Lamar Odom, but then you see Misha Tate over there, pretty lady who can also beat your brains in. I think I would have had to bet on her. Can you bet on who wins Celebrity Big Brother?
No, because it's produced.
Do you want to read that text? I think that's addressed to you.
Oh yeah, this one right here.
Yep.
John, this is from Zane in Riga, Latvia. You ever been to Latvia, John?
No.
You never been to Latvia? John, if you were me and wanted to meet someone famous, who would you choose?
If I was going to meet somebody famous?
Mm-hmm. Who would you choose?
Oh, like anybody in the world.
Anybody in the world. I would pick Bob Barker, probably.
What?
And he's in the later days. He's a legend. Top five game show host for me as well.
What are your top 5 game shows? By the way?
What a coincidence, John. I have a top 5 ready here. My number 5, Wink Martindale.
Wink who?
Wink Martindale.
Okay, don't know who that is.
You know Wink, John? You don't know Wink?
No.
Wink Martindale was the host of Tic-Tac-Dough, where it sounds like tic-tac. You play tic-tac-toe to win dough. Tic-tac-dough. My number 4, John, is Richard Dawson. You know who Richard Dawson is? The guy that kissed all the women as the host of the Family Feud. He was a panelist on the Match Game.
Didn't know that either.
Yeah, Richard Dawson.
You're good at this.
Number 3, John, Chuck Woolery. You know Chuck Woolery?
Nope.
Chuck Woolery was the original host of Wheel of Fortune. He also hosted Love Connection, and he was the host of Lingo on Game Show Network. Number 2, John, Bob Barker, as I mentioned, the aforementioned host of The Price is Right, who I know you love The Price is Right. And my number 1 game show host of all time, John, Pat Sajak, host of The Price is Right.
Well, I will tell you something.
That was anticlimactic.
That was so interesting.
Thank you, John.
I have never seen any of these things, but I will say that was interesting. You know who Phil Knight is?
Yes, he owns Nike.
Do you know he's 74 today?
Happy birthday, Phil.
Happy birthday, Phil. Happy birthday to you. Now, I'm going to get over here to the NFL real quick, okay? I've been looking at a lot of things going into the offseason. I find the whole, how do you say this? The Aaron Rodgers situation, I find it wild. I find it fascinating. I don't know if he's going to be there. But it makes me also think about this upcoming draft, because you know what's coming up next week? Because you know where the relationship started to crumble between Brian Gutekunst and Aaron Rodgers, right? It wasn't Brian calling him a liar basically yesterday. It was when they drafted Jordan Love. They went out and drafted Jordan Love. I think that lit a fire that kind of cracked the relationship of Aaron Rodgers and the organization, especially with Brian.
So Rodgers doesn't love Love.
So Rodgers does not love Love.
Do you love Love?
I do love Love. Love is beautiful.
Do you really love Love?
I do. I really do. Love is great. Love is in the air.
No, but Jordan Love.
No.
You don't love Love.
No.
So you don't love Love either.
Not really. Not Jordan Love, that is. But I loved Love, the idea of it. But I want to know, is there any quarterbacks out there that you think actually are good enough this year? Quarterbacks are always reached for. Hate to say it, Paxton Lynch. Remember back in the day, they reached out for him. What was it, pick number 22?
Yeah. Isn't that what
something
we said
like
yesterday?
that. 22, 23, 26, whatever. Something in there.
I think 26 is what
Well, now he's a 12th round draft pick by the USFL. So things can fall. You can overreach for quarterbacks. Hate to use Paxton Lynch as an overreach. But would you consider any of these quarterbacks in this draft class is basically overreaching? Kenny Pickett has small hands. Malik Willis played at Liberty. For some reason, people are questioning Matt Corral's
I agree.
size.
I don't know about this. That's not what I'm questioning with Matt Corral.
What are you
and
questioning?
He's
got an unbelievable arm talent. He processes information extremely fast,
How do
and
you
he's
know?
tough as Cooter Brown. He played in the Southeastern Conference, rushed the ball 31 times against Tennessee, took a beating, and he kept on ticking. He's like a Timex watch, bro. Take a licking, keep on ticking.
You must have had a lot of arguments for Tim Tebow coming out of college, too. But what I meant
Hold on. If you compare Matt Corral throwing the football with Tim Tebow ever again, I'm going to say that you know nothing about football.
But your points defending Matt Corral weren't about him throwing the football. They were about how tough he is.
I said, no. My first one is the arm talent. I don't think Kenny Pickett doesn't have the arm talent. Malik Willis doesn't have the arm
But
talent.
Matt Corral also ran an RPO every play in college. And that doesn't always translate
Again,
super well
processing information quickly. And if
So
you watch
his
the new
ability to
NFL
run
game,
RPOs.
the ability to look at a thing and decide
He's
to
reading
hand
one
off
person, though. And in the NFL, you can't make reads
in like
that.
1.5 seconds.
But it's even more
And when they do
it's
it-
even more complex in the NFL, though.
Well, if you watch the NFL at all, and I guess you don't, they're
I
actually
never.
incorporating this in their game. Aaron Rodgers does it as much as anybody in the football league.
thought
Watch Matt Stafford do the same thing. All of them now are doing a quick little thing. If he doesn't feel that the run's going to work out good, if the cornerback's positioned here, the safety's positioned there, they'll pull that ball real quick and let it fly out their arm. The run pass option, the RPO, is now becoming a major part of actually the National Football League.
I think there has been. I don't know this off the top of my head, so I could just be making up stuff. But I do think there is a lineage of primarily RPO college quarterbacks that have struggled to make it into the NFL. Now, does that mean that Matt Corral will automatically struggle to make it to the NFL? No. But when I see all these other guys that ran similar systems as him have struggled going into the NFL, it gives me some pause. It gives me, I got some questions, John. I want some questions answered.
Well, I think you're absolutely like an absolute lunatic. I think he's going to do.
Well, two things can be true, John.
I think he's going to do really well. I really do believe that.
Best quarterback in the class?
I think he's up there. I mean,
No. Do you think he will end up being
I think
the
he
best?
will. I really do actually think he will end up being the best quarterback in the class. I mean, his arm talent is unquestionable, period. Like, you can't sit there and say, I don't know. The dude can flat out sling it. Can he not?
Sure.
Do you trust Malik Willis? I mean, he played in the SEC.
I watched Malik Willis play one game.
Is there anything that gets you more prepared for the SEC? What do you think?
Than the NFL, than the SEC?
Mm-hmm. Do you think there is?
I mean, I don't know.
Like, is there a
what?
tougher
Maybe.
division in football?
No, it's the best conference. The Conference of Champions. Right, that's Pac-12. But it just means more in the SEC.
It does mean more.
People forget that.
But again, Kenny Pickett, before he came out, how many years did he start in Pittsburgh? Every year since his rookie year. Every single year since his rookie year. I think Matt Corral's the best. I think, one, it's just he played in the toughest division, played against all the good teams. Nobody could stop him. He's tougher than nails, best arm talent. He's only like 6'1", 205 pounds, but I still think he's big enough in the NFL. You look over at Kenny Pickett, I'm sorry. If you're not going to let them measure your hands, then you got small hands. Little hands don't work with big footballs. Little hands and big balls only do one thing, what? They get fumbled. Kenny Pickett, he's going to be a fumbler. Fumble-aya, fumble-rooski. And he's like Teddy Two Gloves. He has to wear the gloves at all time, good weather, bad weather. You have, dude, Desmond Ridder, Malik Willis, Carson Strong. Carson Strong could be pretty good. I don't think he's going to be the next Josh Allen or anything. I look at, man, this quarterback class is not all that great. I can't put anybody in front of Matt Corral. Period.
So if you were a GM, if you were the GM of every team, you would that would and the first team you came to that needed a quarterback, you would take Matt Corral.
Over all the other guys.
Yeah,
yes.
all the other quarterbacks. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean,
who would you take second? Pickett, or Willis, or neither?
Probably Pickett. I don't know, man. I see a lot of. I hate to say it. Malik Willis, I just don't know. He has the arm talent.
I watched him play one game against Ole Miss. He looked awful.
Yeah, he doesn't. I don't see Joe Burrow. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Joey B.
I don't see
Joe
Josh
Cool.
Allen. I don't see anything like that. But I will say you got to think about it. Right now, there's not. There's a lot of teams out there looking for quarterbacks. Heck, Green Bay could be one. Pittsburgh could be one. But you got Trey Lance in San Francisco. I don't know about what's going to happen with Seattle, but I feel like if Russell Wilson leaves, they'll probably go out there and get somebody, but they do have Geno Smith. You got Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. I don't know what the Cleveland Browns are going to do with Baker Mayfield, but I did hear the other day that somebody actually said, if Baker Mayfield can get healthy, I think his ceiling is he could be as good as Dak Prescott. I just kind of wondered, are the people in Cleveland smoking rocks? Like, could you ever see Baker Mayfield being as good as Dak Prescott?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
But a lot of people don't like Dak Prescott. There's been a lot of criticism of Dak Prescott this offseason. Mad Dog Russo on First Take said he wasn't even a top 10 quarterback in the league.
Okay.
Which I was shocked to hear that.
He's a top 10. I wouldn't say he's top 5 by any means, but he's up there. He's about the 10 level. I don't see Baker Mayfield ever being a top 10 quarterback. So no, he's not going to get to Dak Prescott. The worst quarterback situation in the NFL, in my opinion, has got to be Carolina. I don't know if you know this, but they owe $19 million to Sam Darnold. He's the only quarterback that they have on their roster currently. And do you know what that means, that Sam Darnold is making $19 million next year? That means you can't trade him to anybody. So you're stuck with him.
Because he's a great player.
Dude,
a fine QB.
Did you see how bad he was last year?
Yeah, wait to see, John. Let's see it again. I want next game mentality.
Okay. When you throw more interceptions than touchdowns, lose more games than wins, and you can't do it in New York, and then you
team game, John.
You can't do it in Carolina. You can't do it at all.
Three
phases.
You
have Denver, who's looking for a quarterback. You have the Steelers, like I said. What about the New Orleans Saints? Are they going to be looking for a quarterback?
No, they got Jameis.
And they got Taysom Hill, too.
Exactly. So what do you need another quarterback for?
Come on, man. You need somebody.
I think they got it covered.
Tom Brady, he left the Tampa Bay Bucks. Right now, they're saying they're going with Blaine Gabbert. They do have Kyle Trask.
I think it's an upgrade.
Backing up.
I think it's an upgrade. Tom Brady finished second MVP voting. Blaine Gabbert, upgrade. Heard it here first.
Washington football team, they got
the Commanders.
Taylor Heineke.
Oh, I like Taylor Heineke.
I do too.
Which doesn't really hold much weight after I was just making a bunch of jokes about other quarterbacks. But I actually like Taylor Heineke.
Washington could be a good place for somebody like Malik Willis to go to. Because he can sit behind Taylor Heineke until he gets a hold of the offense, and then because of his just physically, he's more gifted than Taylor. He might be able to take over the job down the road. But when I look around, I don't see like a million. I mean, I see some places that definitely need quarterback upgrades. Let me get that straight. But I just don't see anybody who's going to be reaching in the top 10 to go ahead and take one of these quarterbacks. In fact, I think the first quarterback off the board probably. It doesn't. I think the first team that goes off is going to be the Washington football team. They got the 11th pick. I mean, the first pick of the draft, everybody should know who that is. That is that sorry team called Jacksonville. They just spent their pick on Trevor Lawrence Sunshine. You got the number 2 team is Detroit. Do they take a quarterback at number 2? Nope. They need some help on that offensive line. They also need help on that defense. Who knows? They might go get Kyle Hamilton out of Notre Dame. Great defender. I don't see him being a second pitch. What about Houston? They need a quarterback, but I don't see them actually taking a quarterback at number 3 because I don't think any of them are there. And if you have Aiden Hutchinson, if you have Kayvon Thibodeau, if you have one of these big guys out there, they're going to be there. And again, when you look at the Giants, they need a quarterback. But they still have to figure out what they're going to do with Daniel Jones. You know who has the 6th pick? Carolina. They got Sam Darnold for $18 million. Maybe Carolina takes a quarterback. Maybe the first pick is either going to be 6 at Carolina or it will be number 11 with Washington. But I got to take a quick break. Don't touch that dial. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ. Listen to us daily on 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world at sports56whbq.com or on the Sports 56 app.
The Machine is coming. Bert Kreischer, the Birdie Boy Relapse Tour. 2 shows, Saturday, March 5th, Orpheum Theater.
This is how bad of a parent I am. I went to a parent-teacher conference. I make a cup of coffee, I grab 2 Diet Cokes, go to the parent-teacher conference, crack my Diet Coke, take a sip, and realize I have a Coors Light.
There's more at BertBertBert.com.
I pushed back into it, and I killed that Coors Light.
Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Bert Kreischer live.
So here's what car buyers are facing right now. Most dealerships have little to choose from, or maybe some selection, but nothing to get excited about. Not at Auto Universe Germantown. I'm looking at beautiful top-of-the-line late-model cars and SUVs right here on Winchester off 385. Auto Universe Germantown has more luxury vehicles than I've seen in one place in a long time. Lexus, Infiniti, Audi, Jeep. Looks like every brand. How about Mercedes, Nissan, Honda, Chevy, Toyota? Affordable luxury. No haggle pricing. Come on by, ask for Zach. He'll take care of you. There's no wait time for service appointments either right here at Auto Universe Germantown. Call Robert at 901-751-7300 and get in now. Brakes, transmission, tire rotation, battery checks. Top technicians for all makes and models. Even collision repair. Everything you want in one place. 7300 Winchester, just off 385. You're going to love Auto Universe Germantown. Ask for Zach and tell him you heard about him on Sports 56. Finest pre-owned luxury vehicles made affordable. That's eAutoUniverse.com.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
I'm Brian Elder. There are a lot of ways to ruin your roof. Probably none worse than ice and snow. Google the term ice dam, and you'll understand that standing snow and ice can destroy your home's interior. Call me, 867-0303. Damaged ceilings or interior? It's time to call Brian Elder Roofing, 867-0303. We're a platinum preferred contractor with Owens Corning, so we've been vetted and trained by the best. You've known the name for years. Call me before you call your insurance company. We won't try to sell you a new roof if you don't need one. We'll measure your roof from outer space. Call me, 867-0303 or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
That's the sound of a crack in the ceiling found at a home inspection. But with a Realtor by your side, a newfound leak might only cause minor worries. With their expertise, a Realtor can suggest a credit at closing and even connect you to a contractor to help you shore up that leak and alleviate your worries. When it comes to cracks in your plans, the expertise of a Realtor can make all the difference. The difference between an agent and a Realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
If you're not regularly going to Central Barbecue, then you are being, I'll say it, un-Memphian.
That's not even a word.
I just made it a word. I'm drunk with power.
No, I think you just might be drunk.
Well, when this runs, that's entirely possible. But right now, I say completely soberly, if you don't eat the best barbecue in Memphis, then you're being un-Memphian.
Seriously, you can't just make up words.
I listen to your show every day. You make up words all the time.
Yeah, but not on purpose. We just get carried away. You're deliberately making one up.
Un-Memphian! Not going to Central Barbecue is like not cheering for the Tigers or the Grizzlies.
Un-Memphian.
See? Now you got it.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
My friends feel it's their appointed duty. They keep trying to tell me.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder is in the house, and that's the last segment of the day. I'm going to pass this bad boy off to Pete and Anthony for a little grind time. I'm sure they're going to talk a lot of Grizzlies who are back in action in Minnesota facing the T-Wolves. They're a 3-point favorite right now. The things move from 1.5 to 3. Tigers are 12.5-point favorites tonight as they're at home facing Temple. That one tips at 6 o'clock tonight. But we like to gamble, and we got a couple games tonight. And I will ask you this question, Jay Morgan. Do you know who's playing the Beavers tonight?
No.
USC. USC on the road versus the Beavs. You know what the spread is?
What's that?
10.
You know, USC's been really bad.
You know who probably the rookie of the year is this year?
Who?
Evan Mobley. You know who his brother is?
He plays for USC.
Isaiah Mobley. I think he's going to go banana sandwiches. You know who else plays for USC? Boogie, 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 boogie. Boogie, by the way, shooting 36.5% from his threes this year. His free throws are right there at 80%, hitting 42% of his field goals, playing pretty good basketball, averaging 12 points, getting 30 minutes. I think Mobley and Ellis go out there and beat the Beavers to death. Poor Beavers. They're going to get smoked. I like laying the points, and I like USC in some college basketball. You have any plays? Yes or no, sir?
I don't. I have the Grizzlies -3, though.
You have the Grizzlies -3. Well, you know what? Since you don't have any plays and you don't have anything to do, but you might be hungry. Are you hungry?
I'm starving.
You know where you need to go, don't you? Central Barbecue. You know why? Smoke is their sauce. Central Barbecue, 4 locations. Poplar, Central, Summer, and downtown. So if you can hear my voice, you're around a Central Barbecue. Best barbecue in the world comes from Memphis, Tennessee, and the best barbecue in Memphis, Tennessee is Central Barbecue. Head on over there, eat some barbecue nachos or chicken nachos, wings, sausage, cheese plate. Their sides are amazing. Turnip greens, barbecue beans, mac and cheese, potato salad. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. And then you get to the good stuff, the ribs, the pulled pork. Oh, the shoulder is so good. Don't forget the chicken. They also have smoked turkey if you want to be a little healthy. They got it all at Central Barbecue. Go to eatcbq.com and ship that barbecue anywhere in the world. Oh, my goodness, Jay. So we're taking the Grizzlies. We're not touching the Tigers. We're going with USC tonight. We're laying the 10.5 against the Beavers. That's a late game at 10 o'clock, so you can get that in. But for me and Jay, my time is come and gone. Get out there and make the world a better place. We'll see you on the flip side. Peace.